Hi, everyone. My name is Nurse Adrienne, and I've been a nurse for 28 years. And I just wanted to talk today about how you see yourself. This goes with my book, The Pearl of Great Price, Finding the Treasure Within, and the mirror work and some of the other work that I've talked about. So let's talk about how you see yourself. Not the curated version, not the mask. I'm talking about the real you, the one that only comes out when you're not trying to impress anyone, fit in with others, or hide wounds you think make you less than others. The you that shows up when it feels safe and you have nothing to lose. There's a woman, author, and speaker named Caroline McHugh, whose work really got me thinking, and it's kind of how I teach self-awareness and how I think of it. And in one of her talks, she breaks down something so simple and so true, it really caught my attention. She said there are 4 ways of seeing yourself. 1, strictly how you see yourself. 2, how others see you. 3, how you think others see you. And 4, how others think you see yourself. So most of us spend our lives twisted up in that third one, how we think others see us. And it really kind of messes with everything. So today, I'm going to walk through all 4, and after each one, I'm going to ask you to journal about each one. Because clarity just doesn't come from thinking harder or just listening to YouTubes. It comes from getting honest with yourself. Journaling is a great way to do that. Meditation is another way to do that. The mirror work I talk about is another way to do that. So today we're going to talk about journaling and have some journal prompts and also give a framework to kind of think about this. But first of all, how do you see yourself? Not what you want to be, not who you pretend to be when you've got your armor on. Who are you really? When you're alone, when the world is quiet, who shows up in that space? Here's your journal prompt. When I strip away the nurse, the partner, the parent, the leader, who am I? What parts of me feel the most true, even when no one is watching? Am I proud of that person? Do I even know that person anymore? Just take a moment, write that down. I think they'll be in the comments. They should be in the description below as well. Because you know how you see yourself. You'll always be vulnerable to how others define you until you define you. So, 2, how do others see you? Now, this one can be a little tricky because people project. They see you through their lens of their story, their insecurities, and their experiences. Sometimes they aren't very honest about how they see you either. And I'm often taken off guard by how others, some see me. And when I hear words like, she's a powerhouse, she's a mover and a shaker. And times I'm hurt when I've been called names or disparaged or maligned in some way. But sometimes in there, the reflections can hold some truth. And here's your prompt for number 2. What have people consistently told me about who I am? Which of these reflections feel accurate and which feel like someone else's baggage? Have I been shaped more by affirmations or by criticism? Just write it down, don't filter it, don't sugarcoat it. So 3, how do you think others see you? Now this is where we kind of get stuck. We walk into rooms, we're already imagining what people think, we shrink, we perform, we hustle, we apologize. Before anyone has even said a word, we write a narrative that is mostly untrue. And that's where we lose ourselves. Here's your journal prompt. When I walk into a room, what assumptions do I think people make about me? How much energy do I spend trying to manage or control those perceptions? What masks have I worn just to be accepted or approved? So sit with that. Then let it go, because who cares what they think anyway, but it's probably a whole nother video. Because you're not a product of someone else's opinions. So how do others think you see yourself? That's number 4. How do others think you see yourself? Now, this one is about presence. Do people see you as confident, arrogant, humble, insecure? How you carry yourself tells a story, whether it matches the truth or not. Some people misread us, and sometimes we're performing without even realizing it. But here's some journal prompts. Do people see me as confident, as small, as defensive? Is there a gap between how I carry myself and how I actually feel inside? What would it look like to align those two? And here's the invitation. Don't rush this. It's a quick scroll. This is really slow work or soul work. Also, how do the two align? Like how people see me, how I think they see me, how I show up. Start to look at the intersection of all of those. Journal through each of these. You're not looking for perfection or performance, but to come home to yourself, to know who you truly are. Because the most powerful people I know aren't the loudest. They're the ones who know exactly who they are, and they don't need anyone's permission to be it. Caroline McHugh said, "You were born an original, don't die a copy." I love that. And I'd add, don't let that noise of other people's expectations drown out the voice of your own truth. Starting at a very young age, we start trying to copy the world around us. Let it all go, because you really are a pearl of great price. You don't need to shine for someone else to be valuable. You already are. There's a treasure within you, and we're going to bring it out, shine it off, and make it more beautiful than it's ever been before. And you are going to be the one who loves you the most. So my name is Nurse Adrienne. I am starting this channel to talk about self-love and mental health. Subscribe below, like and follow if you would please, and there'll be a lot more to come. Thank you for joining me. I'm really humbled that you would even watch this video and that you would take the time to follow me. Namaste.